Oh my God. Matt Cardona made his debut in Impact Wrestling. We have new Knockouts Tag Team Champions for the first time in about 8 years or so that the title's been brought back. Kenny Omega at the club, the Super Elite, whatever you want to call them, win in a star-studded main event. What a night of Hard to Kill, guys. I just finished watching Hard to Kill about 30 something minutes ago, and what a night. Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin. I only missed two matches of the show, but I was able to see majority of the matches. And for every match I seen, I mean, my God, it was insane. From the Eddie, from like I said, from Tasha Steeles and Tasha Steele and Gary Hogan winning the Knockouts tag team belts from, and defeating the having her van a really decent match. They're the new M Knockouts Tag Team Champions. What a phenomenal match to watching Deonna Purrazzo retaining her Knockouts Championship against Taya Valkyrie in a match that was chaotic in the beginning, but then when it came down to it, Ty could do nothing but just quit because she was doubled up in a submission hold, and that was it. That was it. That was the end of the match for her. And Deonna Purrazzo retained the Knockout Women's Championship. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, and the match of the night, in my opinion, has got to go to. Well, it's hard for me to say what the match of the night is because up until the main event, my match of the night was the X Division's title match. I mean, that match was incredible. The Manic, Chris Bay, and Rohit triple threat match, aka TJP. We all know it's TJP, but man, the commentators did a good job of speaking as if it was two different people. It's great to see Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown taking over commentary. My God, this really does feel like a new era right now and Impact Wrestling that first started to change last year at Slammiversary, and it's just come to a whole new level up to this point. From new Impact Tag Team champs, bringing the title back after years of being retired, to seeing an unbelievable X Division triple threat match between Manic, Chris Bay, and Rohit, which in many cases, in some cases, I thought Chris Bay was going to win the title back, especially when it was a point in the match where he caught Manic with a cutter from midair. Absolutely incredible. He hit Manic and Rohit with cutters and tried to go for the pin and they kicked out. I mean, there was some points where I thought he was going to win the match. There was some points where I thought Rohit was going to win the belt. But at the end, Manic, aka TJP, retains the X Division Championship even after he pulled the mask off. You could clearly tell it's TJP, but he had paint on his face. But my God, Manic, and an absolutely unbelievable X Division title match, retained the belt. My God, what a match that was. To me, that was my personal match tonight up until the main event. That match nearly just stole the show for me. Probably the best match of the show, in my opinion. And then the main event kind of just made it as the second best match, but it was definitely a phenomenal match between the three of those guys. And this is not the first time we've seen them face each other. Of course, the Impact Emergence, I don't remember if it was night one or night two. I think it was night one where he won the belt from Chris Bay at the time. Chris Bay was the champion. And so that was just an amazing match between those three. Absolutely incredible match between the three of them. Like I said, saw star-studded match between the three of them. I thought the Knockouts divisions match between Deonna Purrazzo and Ty Valkyrie. I thought that once everybody else left the match, that it got a lot better once everybody else left. She stayed on the leg a lot throughout the match and was very submission oriented on Ty Valkyrie, and in the end, Ty just ended up quitting, Bennett tapping out, whatever, and Deonna retained the belt. So I thought that was a pretty decent match. I did not see the old school rules 6-man tag match. I missed that match. I also didn't get to see the Josh Alexander match with with Brian Myers. I didn't get to see that match either, but matches I did see, which was majority, even the Eddie Edwards and Sami Zayn match, which I mean Sami Callahan match, excuse me, which was absolutely insane. My God, so many barbed wire spots where they were just sucking at each other's heads and sucking at each other's bodies, and in the end, Eddie Edwards won the match. And you saw his wife come out, and she walked with him out, and they left the ring. What a brutal match that was. What a violent match that was. That may potentially have put an end to the long 3 year feud that's been going on between these two, which hasn't been going on consistently for 3 years, but it's been a never ending feud between these three for quite a long time at this point. And this was kind of the definitive end to that. And what a way to do it in a match like that, that really was just brutal. It was just brutal. You saw Sami Callihan pay homage to Cactus Jack at AK McFoley by doing the elbow outside of the ring at one point in the match. So I mean, it was an insane match. And in the end, Eddie Edwards, which crazily enough, Sami Callihan kicked out at one when Eddie hit him with the Boston Knee Party, and then he went for the other move after that and ended up winning the match. But my God, that was just a really insane match. Absolutely, just on a whole different level. My God, what a match it was between those two. It looked really brutal. It was so many crazy spots with these guys hitting, different parts of the wire, picking up different stuff with wire on it. There was a spot where, Eddie had, I think Eddie actually he had the wire with he had the wire with the Kindle stick, and then Sammy had the wire with the bat, and then they kind of switched each other weapons. I mean, it was just really insane. Man, what a match that was. Really brutal, really intense. I mean, every match, at least for the ones I got to see, like I said, I personally think the X Division match was up to that point in the match. And Ace Austin, complaining because he wasn't on the card and he gets a surprise guest with Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona faces him. And of course, Madman Forum comes out and gets Ace Austin disqualified, and Matt Cardona wins, but he attacks um, he attacks Matt Cardona, and then Matt kind of gets his revenge after the match is over. So that was a good way to see him come, um, to come to Impact. But I mean, wow, it was just so much that happened in this show. My goodness. And then the main event, the 6-man tag match. Just what can I say? Everybody really put it in today. I thought Moose, for someone who basically for the last several months, ever since Battle for Glory, he's been chasing after Rich Swann, saying, what this pain feels like torturing his friend Willie Mack. And, you know, it's crazy to see how much they had Moose really put into this match, hitting a Spanish fly from the top rope on Kenny Omega, actually doing a moonsault at one point in this match. I thought he was really impressive. Really, everybody just gave it all in this. Obviously, Kenny looked amazing. Carl and Doc Gallows, they played their part. They played their evil part as the heels here, as this faction here. I mean, it was just intensity that you expect it to be. And I think with this partnership that Impact is doing with AEW, and just in general, this shift and change that Impact has been doing since last year, since Slammiversary, really. Even before then, they were doing really good, but people didn't really fully set their sights on them until Slammiversary, because that's when it was a change that really kind of changed the game for their promotion and bringing it back to, really with a lot of people tuning into them. This right here, I think, is going to really give them some of the fans back that they may have lost, because, oh my goodness, this was just an amazing match. And of course, Kenny hit a lot of V triggers in this match. He hit a V trigger on Moose, he hit a V trigger on Swann, he even hit a V trigger on Chris Sabin. I mean, a lot of V triggers were hit on this match. Um, And in the end, he pinned Rich Swann with the one-winged angel, and they end up winning the match, the Bullet Club. But my God, what a match it was! And man, I just thought it was amazing. I thought the whole thing was just on, on a whole different level. I thought the match was just incredible. I mean, it's just wow, what a show! I think people really got their money's worth. The people who paid for this, um, man, hats off to everybody. Hats off to, even the ones that didn't lose their belts, like I said, like with Manic, which there was a part in that match where he hit a beautiful Crucifix pin. It was a Crucifix in a position that was just amazing. And then, I mean, there's so many spots in that match, it's crazy to even bring it all up. But yeah, this match right here, though, just amazing main event. I thought every match that I got to see, thankfully, was just really good. Um, and yeah, I mean, also you had the Ethan Page there. I forgot to mention that for a second. You had the Ethan Page taking on the Karate Kid, Karate Man, which was alter ego of himself. And I thought that was okay for what it was. Hearing that this is Ethan Page, heard that he's on his way out of Impact, so it'd be interesting to see where he goes from here. Um, so that's really all I can say about that. I mean, I thought it was good for what it was. I thought it was all right. Um, Nothing special, or anything, but it's interesting to see where he'll head from here if he really is leaving. If he, really didn't resign with the company. And so, yeah, man, just an amazing main event. Obviously, I think a lot of people tuned in mainly because of Kenny, but me personally, I was gonna really try to watch this either way. But I thought that really just added something to it, and I won't be surprised if he, chases after Swan for the title or something like that. Or probably since he wants to collect all the belts and stuff. So, just an amazing show. I thought the show was just, um, I thought it was top notch. I just thought it was a really good show. Especially they had Genesis last week, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to see that. But I was able to see this. So, they're really going to a really amazing start. And I heard that all the matches in Genesis were good too. So this was just another just amazing pay per view by Impact. And, man, really good start to the year in January. So that's all I got to say, guys. Cyrus Flex will come over here and do this. And also, if you haven't seen it already, check out my last video I did where I really talk about the changes that's happening with this channel. I really appreciate it if you guys check out that. Sign over here as the Flex. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.